In this video, I'm going to change your entire outlook about manifestation and how creation is already finished and how everything is already here for you. Anything that you desire, anything that you want already exists. It actually exists right now in the multiverse. So creation is already finished. So everything exists right now. So all you have to do is manifest different portions of what's already created. So all you have to do, and it's very, very simple, is become more aware of the increasing portions of what already exists. So get that through your mind that you don't have to create anything. You are not creating anything. You're only manifesting that portion of creation to come to you or you to go to it by shifting in the multiverse based on what your concept is. But in this video, I'm going to give you a test that's going to lead you to your manifestation. It's going to tell you whether or not you are living in your wish fulfilled, whether you're holding your state of wish fulfillment. And when you run this test, you're going to know, and everything's going to click for you, and everything's going to change about manifestation. Because if you ever had any doubts in the past, or if you ever heard anyone doubt manifestation, it's because they didn't do it right. But if you run this test that I'm going to give you in this video, you can determine and you will determine whether you have done it right from the beginning. So you're not going to have to wonder whether it's coming. You're going to know that it's coming because it's coming. It's absolutely going to come to you when you run this test, because you're going to be certain that it's coming because you're going to line everything up correctly from the beginning, and you're not going to have any doubts whether it's going to come, because it is going to come. And here's where Neville Goddard broke down this test a little bit, but I'm going to break it down a lot further than this after I read what was written in the book. I'm going to dissect this, that way you can get a complete understanding of this, so that way you can run this test on yourself to know that your manifestations are going to come and that you're actually doing the proper work within yourself to know that they're coming. So here is a good test to prove this fact, that concepts determine the route that attention follows. But I'm going to break this down. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. For example, if you assume that you have a wonderful business, you will notice how in your imagination, your attention is focused on incident after incident relating to that assumption. Friends congratulating you, telling you how lucky you are. Others are envious and critical. From there, your attention goes to larger offices, bigger bank balances, and many other similar related events. Persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing, in fact, that which you assumed. The same is true regarding any concept. So this is what you're going to do to run this test. You're going to go into a quick meditation, okay? And this is after you have already found what you like, you've figured out what you want and what you desire, and then you're going to manifest that portion of creation to come to you and shift in the multiverse. So you've discovered all those things, and you found out exactly what you want. So now you're going to go into a meditation, and you're going to assume that state as already being fulfilled, either by imagining it or affirming it or scripting it or asking yourself questions like this, like what Neville Goddard, the example: assume you have a wonderful business, assume the wish fulfilled, whatever that may be. So in this example, you're assuming that you have a wonderful business. You have a very successful business. You have lots of money coming in. How does that feel? Ask yourself that question. How do I feel right now that I have a successful business? My business is running 7 figures a year. I have multiple employees. How do I feel right now? You're in the wish fulfilled in this meditation. And after you ask this question, observe your inner talking, your inner dialogue. Just observe and have the awareness and assume that state as if it's already done by asking those questions, and then watch where your attention goes. Watch where it's leading you. Watch where it's leading you. And you'll notice when you hold your attention on the wish fulfilled, that your attention is going to lead you to friends congratulating you, telling you how lucky you are. Others are envious and critical. Your attention goes to larger offices, bigger bank balances, etc. It keeps leading you. As long as you're holding on to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, your inner dialogue, your inner talking is leading you to that event to happen in your world. It's actually shifting you in the multiverse as long as you're holding on to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And this is the test. This is the test, whether or not you have the awareness to see where your inner dialogue is constantly throughout the day, holding on to this feeling state, disregarding your visible world, seeing the invisible world, holding on to this feeling state with your attention, just grabbing onto it as much as you possibly can and holding it, holding the wish fulfilled throughout the day and all the way till you go to sleep at night, holding on to it, asking yourself these questions, imagining it, affirming it, scripting it, whatever works best for you. You're holding on to this wish fulfilled, and you'll notice that your inner dialogue is leading you there. You're going there, and you're seeing all these things. You have the awareness, and now you're actually picturing it because your inner dialogue is now creating these pictures of your wish fulfilled being complete and things that are happening after that. Friends congratulating you, telling you that you're the luckiest person in the world. Whatever images are popping up, this is what's going to be creating these feeling states within you. Then this inner dialogue is creating these pictures, these images. Those images are then creating these feeling states and pressing it into the subconscious mind and shifting you fractionally in the multiverse, leading you to that world where you have this 7-figure business. So that's the test where you can determine what your primary feeling state is of your wish fulfilled. And if you fall out of that feeling of your wish fulfilled, your mind, your inner dialogue is going to be going somewhere else. It's going to be, if your inner dialogue is leading you down into failure, then you're going to see a ton of images and your inner dialogue's going to be leading you towards that, your failure. And if you're in a bad mood, you're not in a good mood, it's going to be leading you places where you don't want to go. So running this test to see if you're in your wish fulfilled is crucial. It's going to change everything you ever knew about manifestation, because this is what's constantly shifting you fractionally in the multiverse, what your moods are, what your inner dialogue is, the pictures in your mind, what's being impressed into the subconscious and shifting you in the multiverse is all based on what you are assuming as your wish fulfilled. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be something good. It's where your attention is. It's where your attention is and what that feeling state is that's associated with those pictures, that inner dialogue. Because the subconscious mind's impersonal. It only knows what your attention is focused on, and that's where your inner dialogue is going to be going, and the pictures are going to be creating the world that's going to happen to you tomorrow, and the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. So you have to run this test periodically throughout the day, or as many times as you can, to see where your attention is focused. Is it on your wish fulfilled? Is it on this 7-figure business, or is it on failure? And you can determine this through your moods, your inner dialogue, the pictures in your mind, having the awareness throughout the day to determine whether you're heading there or not. And as you begin to run this test every single day as much as you possibly can, you're going to be developing different faculties and programs of your mind to constantly be aware of your inner dialogue and constantly be changing it to your wish fulfilled. Whenever it drifts, you're going to push it right back. Then eventually you're not going to have to do this manually anymore. It's going to be automatic. You're building momentum to develop and download this new program to constantly be shifting you to your wish fulfilled, because now you're becoming cognizant of, and you're increasing your awareness of what's going on inside of you, your inner dialogue. And if you notice you're in a bad mood, go into the test and see where it's going. Then start repositioning your wish fulfilled. I want to focus my attention here. I want to focus my attention here, and keep it there. Hold it there with your attention, your well-developed muscle of the mind, to be able to hold on to the wish fulfilled and stop leading you towards failure. Rather, lead yourself to this 7-figure multi-million dollar business, or whatever else there is that you're trying to manifest. It doesn't have to be a 7-figure business. It could be a relationship, it could be a boatload of money, a new house, new car, a new health, a new physique, whatever you're trying to create. It's all based on where your inner dialogue is and holding on to the wish fulfilled and having these pictures come up that are associated with that picture, with that wish fulfilled, and holding on to it. So that's the test. That's the test you have to run with yourself in awareness. If you're trying to manifest something, you'll know whether or not you're going to get it from the very beginning if you go and run this test and see that you're holding on to your wish fulfilled. You can do this briefly throughout the day, because if you're falling asleep with it at night, it should be impressed in the subconscious mind and should be your primary feeling state of the wish fulfilled throughout the day without you having to do anything. But you can run the test to know that it's coming and that you've landed it right by just running this test and seeing where your inner dialogue is going and seeing if you're focused on that feeling of your wish fulfilled being complete. All right, that is the end of this video, but I'm going to put a card up on the screen to one of my favorite sleep meditations that will also produce results by impressing the subconscious mind with a different version of you as you're going to sleep, which will impress the subconscious mind and create a different version of you that is focused all day long, and it's in this state of your wish fulfilled throughout the day. So I'm going to put that card on the screen for you now. Click on that. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.
States.